Why MacBook Neo is Apple's best new model for most people. It's only March, but Apple has already launched 8 new products this year, including 7 just this week. And the most exciting of the bunch is the MacBook Neo. Apple unveiled new iPhone, iPad, and Mac models this week, plus new studio displays, but the most unique product was saved for last. Today, the MacBook Neo was introduced as a new member of the Mac family. It has shortcomings that might make it unappealing to current MacBook Air or MacBook Pro users. But that's okay, because the Neo isn't really built for current Mac users. Apple knows that there is a massive, untapped market of iPhone owners who choose PCs or Chromebooks because they're generally more affordable than Macs. But with MacBook Neo, that's no longer the case. The combination of a $599 price point, $499 for students, and fun color options should make the MacBook Neo uniquely appealing to PC switchers. Sure, you can still find plenty of cheap PCs that will beat the Neo's $599 price. However, that $599 price suddenly makes the Mac far more accessible to more people. When faced with a choice of a $499 PC or a $999 Mac, it can be hard to justify that huge gap. But 100 more suddenly, the Mac becomes more tempting. From everything I've seen, including first-hand impressions, the MacBook Neo should be more than sufficient for the most common computing tasks. Apple used to say it wouldn't make a cheap Mac because it didn't want to create cheap products. But thanks to Apple Silicon and years of developing unique hardware-software advantages, the Neo isn't a cheap product. It's an Apple product made with Apple quality and what I'd call good enough specs for what the vast majority of people need a computer for. For basic tasks like browsing the web, watching YouTube, messaging, and email, the MacBook Neo will be great. I'd still recommend the latest Air for most folks. It will last them a lot longer, that is to say, it will run future macOS updates and programs at a decent level of performance. 16 gigabytes RAM is not something I'd encourage anyone to sacrifice. I'm still running an M1 Pro with 16 GB of RAM quite happily. I paid the upgrade cost then for a longer-lived Mac. Until this ages a few years and we see how it performs, I'd not risk it. There's no need to spend $1099 on a MacBook Air or $1699 on MacBook Pro, unless you know you need specific features that they offer. I'm excited for the MacBook Neo's potential to expand the Mac's popularity, and hope it's just the start of a bigger, brighter future for the Mac. You can pre-order the MacBook Neo here on Amazon. Do you expect the MacBook Neo will be the right model for most people? Why or why not? Let us know in the comments.